What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Day traders, closet swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are feeling good. We got Alan in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Albert, Amy, Andrew, Bill, Cindy, Darren, Doug, Dragon, Jared's in the house. Good morning to Joe, JT, Larry, Lucian, whew, Martina, Mike, Rick, Shane. We got Stuart, Tim, all my people out in YouTube land. We got Wade. Good morning to you. Good morning to Caleb. Good morning to Edward. All my lurkers in the background of YouTube. Not gonna say nothing all day. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Albert says, "Happy Friday, indeed." Somehow, we made it to the very end of the week. I don't know. I feel like at the very beginning, like a Monday, Tuesday, the week was just dragging, and then somehow we ended up at like Friday. I'm like, wait a minute, we did it again. We did it again. But Spy, is that gonna do it again? I don't know. You had a good gap up. We broke through a whole bunch of the support levels that we were looking for. Let's see where we actually came down to. Looks like we came into the support from October 2nd, so giving back most of the month's gains in one candle, and then the bulls, of course, do what the bulls do, step in. We have a gap and go for today. I don't think the bull trade's going to be that easy. For today, we'll see. But what I mean by that is you got a resistance that we're opening right in front of. You got 671.95. That could hold us up for a little bit. You got 672.87. I didn't see as much fear and panic on yesterday's candle as we did on the candle from the 7th. And again, just the market. I know it's not supposed to. Yeah, if you read the rules of the market, you're not supposed to have any red days. But sometimes, on occasion, you get a little bit of a pullback, some profit taking toward the all-time highs. You're heading into wow, my trader view is doing moves of its own. Look at that. That's crazy. My trading view is possessed today. That's wild. But yeah, you got 675, good psychological whole number that people might be just saying, hey, if I could front run that one, maybe I should take some gains. So we'll see what happens. But ultimately, still in this bigger bull trend. Look at this. I'm not even moving a mouse, and it just that's not good. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. We'll see where we actually open. If we open above 671.95, okay, maybe we get that run up. We'll run into the 672.94. Anything past that, we've got a few psychological numbers from the highs of this candle. Yesterday's candle, the opening price, the high, and then we're just closing the week at all-time highs. Otherwise, if we open lower, doesn't mean we can't go bullish somewhere toward the end of the day, but maybe we get the pullback first. Coming to the 670.56, see if we can find a little support. And we didn't get down to 688.97. We got close to it. That was my last big level in the sand. So we didn't quite hit that one yet. If we end up breaking through the 670.50 zone, then maybe we're looking at that high 668 zone before we maybe try to get a balance or hang out. And again, even if we do nothing all next week, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but that would give these moving averages some time to kind of climb up a little bit more, which I think we kind of need. So we'll see. If it's George Mr. Squiggles, we know who it is. Yeah, it's Jeremy. If we see a line, pop it in there. But no, it's just like I'm. Look at this. I could play like tag with the mouse, and that's wild. We got the Qs looking a little bit better than the Spy. Maybe we're a little excited about some tech. We have decent support now. You got 610.21, and then you have 610 flat as support. So two levels very close together. We've also that looks healthy. I mean, we've come down, we've retested almost perfectly. We banged through it a little bit, but bulls without a doubt came right back. 608.61 is a huge level, but now you got these two right around 610, 610.12 built in. Looks to me like that was a bullish breakout candle. We just hung out, resting candle. And if there was a little bit more volume on Wednesday, it wasn't bad volume, but if there was a little bit more, that's almost setting up as a three bar play, just very high in that pattern. But otherwise, we'll see. See if we get that breakout and continuation today on the Qs. And again, maybe that's a good sign for Spy if Qs can run. Maybe Spy can break through some of those resistance. We got Bitcoin just hanging out. Again, makes sense after 2 weeks of straight running. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 days relatively hanging out. What I don't like on Bitcoin is yesterday's VPOC did close at a new recent low. So you have a little bit of a potential small bear trend. We're now going to have to take out this 122.05. If we could take that out, then okay, we start taking out at least two of those days, and then you got probably about 124, 624. Maybe today, most likely, I think today is just a day to see where we could go from here. And then if we close today above 122, maybe over the weekend we see those all-time highs on Bitcoin again. GLD didn't it had a good start to the day yesterday and then just kind of gave everything plus some back. We definitely closed the gap. Came back down, retested the previous day's VPOC as well, 364.48. Got a little bit lower, but not much. And then at least for today, again, gold has been running like crazy. At least for today, though. And that could have been, we had that peace deal with Israel and Hamas. Maybe gold, something related to that, where you had some of the metals and some of the safety plays, I guess maybe pulling off a little bit. But 366.41, I've got a theory on this. I don't have time to get into it now on YouTube, but I've got a theory on this. Gold, silver, and crypto. That's kind of wild. But it would also help eliminate completely the US debt, which is like $37 trillion dollars that I think they're actively looking to do. So I don't know. That'd be a strong if they do it, which is what I'm seeing. That's a strong case for more continuation of gold. We'll get into it maybe later today. But we got 366.41. We are gapping above that. Resistance from yesterday, that would be 368.77. And then if we can get through that one, you got back to this 372.20. But a little bit of a warning shot in gold yesterday. Let's see if silver also had that same thing. Kind of wild day for sure. Definitely lots of volume. If we take this candle out completely, that's a good sign. I would actually even make a case that well, we got to close above the heaviest volume, so 44.10. There's more bulls coming in, and then we're able to clear out this 44.82. So if we get a small pullback on silver, that's a 44.85 ish. Um, I think bulls probably step back in. Wild looking candle, big range, lots of volume, but I think the bulls are so far winning that fight. We will see. All right, we got some tickers that came in. INTC is the first one I'm looking at. I think there was some others. Yeah, I missed Alberts. We'll get to those two. We got INTC is still looking really good. We built in a whole bunch of support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Last 3 days, VPOCs have been moving higher. I would say this will probably goes higher from here, but I would look for a pullback first. So see if we get that pullback into 37.49. See if we get a little selling on this one first. That's a retest gap after really 4 days of buying, essentially, in terms of VPOCs. Um, I would see if you get that pullback first. Maybe we only come into the closing price yesterday, 37.85. I'd see, especially at this level, if you can get a little bit lower, 37.52. I've got, I think, no targets higher on this one. I do. We just got to go back in my trading views possessed today. Uh, hold on, hold on. Uh, yeah, we've got some targets. Next spot takes us to about $43, 42.95 ish, somewhere in that range. Not really a whole lot holding us back. Let me do a refresh on this. I don't like a possessed trading view. Hold on, let me see if I can refresh this real quick. Still lagging a little, but not bad. Yeah, see if that one wants to pull back a little. AVGO, to me, looks like it wants to run. I did try to play this one yesterday. I actually played it twice. I did play this one again later in the afternoon. I'm a little mad at myself because I also wanted to buy some options to hold overnight. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm in a whole bunch of stuff. Let me pause. Let me see what happens. But that to me looks like breakout candy. Yeah, breakout candy. That's a breakout candy candle. Yeah, that good resting candle, higher VPOC. That's exactly what you want to see for a resting day. And Today we have now cleared out all resistance. Let's see if we get a pullback. I don't even think that I want to see a full-on retest to yesterday's VPOC on this one. Definitely going to keep this one high on my list for today. Full-on retest would be if we get down to 344.38. But I think if this thing could get held up at 345.88 on a pullback, keep in mind, it is a gap and go from today, but yesterday was just inside of that bullish engulfing candle. I think if you have some people that bought the dip yesterday, we open up, there's some profit taking. I think we get a small pullback on this one, and then plenty of room to the next target, which takes us up to 359.58. So still on my list for today. I've no shame in losing again if that's how it's gonna go, but yeah, it just stopped me and then flipped yesterday. We'll see. But that one looks good. Reddit is also looking really nice. Also a retest gap too, so be patient so far. Mostly everything that we've looked at so far today for a small little pullback consolidation, something like that. Otherwise, full on retest, I think, to the close of yesterday would make sense on this one, 211.78. We do have that 50 EMA right above us. You also got that 20 EMA before targets. Bigger target for today, 227.60. Not sure if we get there, but I think we could safely get to 217.85 if the Bulls want to continue. But I'd rather see that pullback first. I'm gonna scoot this one up on the list. Hopefully quick. Hopefully, hopefully quick. Hopefully quick. If I say it three times, it's like Beetlejuice. It probably happens. No. All right. Crowd. CRWD. Crowd is also giving that same look that AVG did. Breakout day on Wednesday, Thursday, nothing more than a rest candle, perfect retest, perfect bounce. Bullish trend is intact. If you already have it, I think this one probably goes higher from here. If we do get a pullback, we're opening kind of inside day candle. This one, I wouldn't mind seeing that pullback to 507.60 and then we take off. Other than that, that looks like we didn't really lose too much bullish sentiment yesterday on it. Looks like we got some profit taking and the bulls just reset, came right back into this thing. So I think this one looks primed for a breakout for a crowd, which I'm also going to attempt to get higher. I don't know how high I'm going to get before I get bored. This is taking. Anybody else trading view going really slow, or is it just mine? I get the feeling since I never really exit and restart, I'm just gonna go here. We'll get that one higher. All right, let's see what else we got. We got Oracle, ORCL. Nice little I mean that's a great looking hammer. That Tuesday hammer that came in, inside day resting, good breakout candle yesterday. Where I would be concerned is the opening price on this one. I think somewhere around this 303, let's go a tad higher, 304.09, something like that, is a big resistance. If we could get through that, that would be a great sign for Oracle. Other than that, I think a pullback. I wouldn't mind that one into like 298.16 as a buy spot, especially opening this close into that resistance. So I think it's on the watch list. I think that looks phenomenal. What I don't want to see on this one, let's play that game. We still have a one, a two, a three. This might be your four, your five, and then maybe that little candle was your ABC. So I definitely don't want to see this candle get taken out for any stretch of the imagination. Then I think you have that full on gap fill. Um, I could see this happening though. You get a quick pop, you pull back, do something stupid like that, and then kind of take off. But really good candle, decent, nice volume pop into it, and bulls I think gaining control back to Oracle. Hood. Hood still looks really good. Opening inside day today. So you're gonna lose a little bit of edge in terms of day trading if you're still in this thing holding shares. To me, it looks like you're looking to break out. VPOC closed at all-time highs. So that's their highest VPOC price closing above it. I think if you get a healthy pullback into 150.07, that's where I think some buyers probably come in. You're facing down this double top. So again, getting into that double top, not easy to break out, just as some people obviously What are we gonna do, man? I sat here before. I should have took my gains, and I didn't take any gains. And now I can do it again. And then they peel some shares off and just hangs out. But if you get that pullback, if you get some profit taking, 150.07 looks good, and I think it does break out from there to me. SMR. SMR is not bad, 50% chance, or not chance, but range. So you have about even money on each side, 1-to-1 risk reward. I think your target on this one is about 42.20, and then your pullback spot is 40.16. So at open, if I had to flip a coin, well, I guess if I flip a coin, I can't really put my own opinion in it. So I would probably just look to, I think more than likely there's some profit taking at open. If I was a betting man, by the way, I bet the Giants last night. That one paid off. That was a good game. But yeah, $40.16 is the buy spot. I don't think you have too much room unless you're very confident that, and I have no reason to be confident. But if you get through this 42.15, if you're like, man, this thing is just gonna run, then yeah, I agree. I think the overall direction is bullish. We're putting in the higher highs, nice little double bottom. But for me, I want that better risk reward. Pull back to like $40.12, $40.11, something like that. If we get that, I have the ability to. I mean, you got one, two, three other VPOCs. You got a big volume zone that we have used now as support, so around 38.91, even as a swing. Getting your stop below yesterday's candle, I think would look phenomenal with that much resistance or support in the way. So give me that pullback. On a day trade basis, not sure, but at open, probably can't take that one from me. I just need a little bit better risk reward on it. All right, we got Bull. Full company name is Bull in China Shop. That is the actual full legal name of this company. Yeah, wild days. I don't really expect anything less than another wild day today. So I think you're in no man's land. I still think that 2 days ago, Wednesday, was a little bit of capitulation. I wouldn't put it past it if we get all the way back down to $11.99, essentially $12 again, as a retest spot in just a longer term sense. That would be a big support on it. If we come back down one more time, I think buyers step in and potential chance for double bottom on it. Other than that, for today, a little bit of a gap up, still inside day candle. Look for some kind of target around 1284. That's probably where your next kind of resistance comes in. But I think that's going to be a tough candle to get taken out. You would almost need it to be some kind of earnings or some kind of news story, or they're just putting out share offerings or something. Because that is based on news. That is based off of that 180-day lockup period. You got the bull stepping right back in. It was a retest gap, so this is where I would get concerned with bull. There's your last breakdown, VPOC. Where did we end up coming in? So we have clearly a downtrend on bull. Obviously, gap down. This was a retest gap, so we did just fully retest this candle. So that's my bear case on bull. The fact that that was your retest spot and they did start selling. But again, even from that point, this gap up yesterday was also a retest, and now we close that gap. It looks like we're just kind of opening at the top. So I don't know. Very iffy. What I do like is that volume. I don't want to see that candle really get taken out, or if I do, it better be a trap and close with some kind of hammer or something like that. But yeah, I think it just kind of hangs out. I don't know. I don't know how to throw a stop on this one for a day trade for today. But I'm still in it. Still got a lot of shares. I think if it comes down to $12 again, it's probably your double bottom spot if you get there. At least that's what I'm hoping for. AMD D Pro. AMD is still inside day. Not a huge fan of the open. You have a lot of room down to the downside if you're getting a full-on retest, even a 50% retracement of that candle from Wednesday. just eyeballing it probably takes you in this 225 zone. So maybe a little support there. Maybe a little support psychologically at 226.40. No real support until 211.30. And today, this is yesterday, we did put in a lower VPOC. It was a rest candle. That's a beautiful breakout candle. So maybe the full momentum's not done yet. Um, I think if you're trying to go long, you have really no choice, I think, to either wait for 233.44 to break. Almost rather see the full opening price of yesterday's candle get taken out, and then you're taking, I think, a little risk reward off the table. Otherwise, yeah, get me into that 226.50 zone. Target to the short side again. I don't know. This is it's not exactly looking weak on a daily chart. So it makes it tougher to go short, but small move, maybe go short. There is a couple dollars in there for you. I would be praying the entire time. I'll be sweating profusely the whole time. I don't know, but that looks like a strangely weak open if that is exactly where we open on that one. So we'll see. D Pro, who just said mine just went nuts, had to reset everything. Yeah, so I don't know. And in Trading View, yeah, for even as soon as the bell rings, it just gets like overloaded with I think they've upgraded their servers. You got D Pro is absolutely tearing up. We're looking at this one at $8, and I said I think this one could go to, I think I said 14 or 16. I forget what the number was. I think I said 14, and we're opening 14.77. So hopefully somebody took some shares. I had a few day trades in this range, and then just stopped looking at it. But yeah, it looks really good. Be careful, it is a retest gap for today. I think you do have a lot of room still left on this one. Potentially, just in terms of volume. Yeah, you're getting held up right now at a little. No, you're above all that. Never mind. I forget what the squeeze was. I feel like it had a good high short flow too, and there's really nothing holding us back. Maybe watch for about $20 at this point would be your next real resistance on this thing. Otherwise, I don't really have too much more on this thing. Small time frames, maybe like 15, 50, something like that. But yeah, I don't see too much. The only thing for today though, well, first of all, if you're just gonna chase and FOMO this one, just do it in an account you don't know the password to, and then like where it takes you about a week and a half to realize 36% short flow. Yeah, this thing could go crazy. All right, I'm gonna add this one to the list. I don't even know if yeah, could I do it? This is gonna take forever. I'll do it later. Yeah. I think that's one to watch. Ford, ticker symbol F, is also the exact words that a lot of the investors in Ford use over the last 3 days. That one looks like it's coming down a little bit. Um, I think it's got probably a little bit more room at this point, at least to like 1138. But you are taking out some decent. Yep, you took out a decent volume candle that came in. There's your breakout candle on September 26th. You had a hammer, you're taking out that VPOC. I think this one probably comes lower. Again, next target for me would be 1136 based off of the amount of people trapped. I think you probably end up coming a little bit lower on this one, maybe into like 1113 if you like it. Can we look at Amazon if we have not done so? I have not done so. Amazon is chilling for now. Just inside day candle. Again, this is where I get a little concerned because we've already hit I would need probably a pullback on this one to go bullish. Longer term target would have taken me into 228.09. If we could get above it, if we could close above it, now next target, and there's some chop in the way, but the next target for me would take me to about 233.10. But the fact that we got right into that zone and then we just stopped, I think the next buy spot, see if he comes back down to like 225.65, something like that. Uh, Full on retest 225.11. So, in a longer term basis, it looks good, but that was your retest after you just kind of broke down. I'm also looking at maybe that's a one, two, three. I don't know. Maybe this is a four or five. Otherwise, one, two, three. This is all your four. You get a bigger pullback. Maybe retest eventually at some point 220.91. That would be a better spot to load up in terms of risk to reward. So yeah, this might have had its move already. What would prove me wrong? Well, I want the market to prove me wrong. Get above 228.22, and then I think I'd be more bullish on it. RBRK, Rubric, good old Rubes. Little resistance in on this at 86.97. We did hit that one perfect yesterday. Good breakout candle. But if we don't get above or open above 86.18, then I think probably a retest on this one back to like 84.14 would be an interesting spot for a buy. Looks like we just kind of ran into some longer term resistance. The chart doesn't look like it flows too well, and that is a big downtrend. I'm not sure why. It looks like it came off of earnings, which seemed like earnings were good. But yeah, we'll see. CEZL, Sezzle. Sezzle, popular for their unlimited shrimp. I think it's same company, right? Same one. We got I don't know, looks a little rough still. Looked like it was about to try to break out. You have a good spot somewhere around 79.28. However, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can do a double bottom. Yesterday's green candle was more just a retest. You're opening above yesterday's VPOC, but we didn't really pull back all the way. If we get a close back above maybe 81.71, that could be a double bottom higher low, and we kind of go from there. So we will see. All right, we only got 2 more minutes left. So just a quick announcement for anybody in YouTube land. We the powers to be has said they let's do just one live YouTube stream per week. I get to choose a day, so I'm going to choose Monday on that one. But just because I think they're saying the music that we play, which I didn't know I was playing music, but we're starting to get flags on the YouTube thing. So they said we got to only stream live once, which will be Monday. So just FYI, I'll make the same announcement again on Monday, just so there's less confusion for you guys that join on YouTube. But just FYI. Otherwise, you guys could always be in the room and we just trade together all day, and that's a way around it as well. You got Apple is a little bit of a gap up. Lots of resistance above you. So you really want to see all-time breakout, get some candles above 258.61 to go bullish. And to go bearish, you're gonna need candles, which is still gonna be rough because you got your moving averages coming in. You got 251.90 to the downside, and then you got 245.61 would be your next target if you could bank a little bit lower. Otherwise, kind of chop, held a little bit of support inside day. I don't see too much edge in a day trade on it for today. VZ. Mm, VZ looks like a mess. That is dropping. In a long-term perspective, pretty decent spot to look to buy. You really want to see $40.11. We'll call it 40 flat to hold. Maybe there's a buy the dip opportunity in here with that support. You could make some decent risk reward to it. Other than that, YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. That is the morning bell. So we'll catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend, and I'll